good an option as any to stick up there?
Yep. Running out of options.
But it is, I mean, you kind of like Ozzie down there in the 2-hole and you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's more for lead Ozzie off. I don't know who to put in a 2-hole, if you want to know the truth. Yeah, so we just got to mix and match and see if we can find something that works, because it's going to be a while.
What have you learned about Mike?
Nothing, really. He had the MRI. They said probably know something by the time the game's over.
Is it, I mean, you got a center fielder, a guy that relies on his legs. It's a hamstring. Do you just kind of have to prepare that it might be a month or so?
Well, I don't know that you can put a timetable on it. Just, I guess we'll know more with the severity of when they do the imaging. You hope that, but man, you know, if this is quick, it'll be the first one in my 48 years, honestly.
It wasn't one of those where he grabbed it or anything, but is
No,
that
he just said it felt weird. You know, there was something going on. I don't think he's ever had one, so I don't know that he knows what the feel is. And he just said, you know, he felt something, and that's, you know, you don't take any chances, and because it's like if, you know, you keep going and it goes, then it's not 2 weeks, it's 2 months or more.
You guys used Kelvin some in center during the spring.
I played him in spring training, just figuring if Michael needed a day or he stubbed his toe or something and was going to miss 2 or 3 days, that he could go out there. He's athletic enough and a good enough outfielder. We can put him in any position, I think, and he's just a good outfielder. You know, he can run. His arms is really good, and you know, Michael's special in center field, which is going to be tough when you lose guys like that. It's hard. You can't. It's hard to replace them. But I think Jared will do a fine job.
And what have you heard about Laureano?
He's been playing really well. I know. I mean, you know, when I talked to him, he's been playing more right field as of late. I've seen him do a really good job in center field over the years when he was in Oakland. But they say he's been really playing really well. There's a lot of really good reports for him in AAA after we acquired him, and so, you know, I've seen him really good, and hopefully he can come in and give us a shot in the arm and do some things, and you know, it's a great opportunity for him.
What if Matt or Murph said about him playing with him, former teammates?
I mean, I just asked him if he really enjoyed his time with them. But you know, it seems like that's all those guys that come through there. I mean, it was a good place, and they all have, I think, fond memories of being in Oakland.
He said he liked one of the attractions coming here is this kind of an old school team in that you have analytics, but you use them the right way, not just rule everything.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a good way to put it.
What are the advantages of having someone like him who has that experience coming up? I know there's been a lot of younger guys making their debuts, but someone with
Well, it's big, I think, with the experience, and he's been an everyday guy too at the major league level, and I think it's big when you have resources like that in AAA to draw from.
When you lose 2 outfielders, it's tough. But you look at your defense out there right now. Do you still feel pretty good about?
Yeah. I mean, because like I said, I think Jared's just an all-around good outfielder. No matter, it doesn't bother him. I've asked him; he doesn't care where he plays. I think, because I think he's a very aggressive kid. His arm is a strong, accurate arm. He's got the speed. Adam has proven that he can play left field really well, and and Laureano. That's something that we've all remember when we played against him, is how solid he was defensively. Also, he's another one that's that's takes has no regard for his well-being when he's out there. He's going to go and get after it and look to make plays.
His numbers at the big league level in the last few years have really kind of dropped.
Yeah.
He put up great numbers in AAA. Have you heard that he's been working on anything?
No, I haven't asked. I mean, he's just been doing good. Hadn't been there that long, and credit to him. Guys that have been that long in the big league, that's parts of 7 years, and You know, you go down there, and that's why I say they're ball players. I mean, they want to just keep playing and keep working and keep grinding, and you respect guys like that's not hanging their head and all. I mean, when I saw him, I mean, they said he's a high-energy guy, and he came in and had a great conversation with him. You know, you can just kind of see in his eyes that, you know, he's loves to play baseball. So I've got a lot of respect for guys like that, you know, especially with their histories and experience, that they just want to keep going, and they'll do whatever they can to put themselves in this position right here, which he did. He went down there and he did well. And when you do well, you get people out, you do well, you attract attention, and people notice you.
A couple of players talked about just the maturity of Orlando Arcia defensively, of how he continues to impress on a nightly basis. What have you seen from him that makes him so impressive?
And he's another guy that loves to play baseball. I think he, too, is a guy that, you know, he was up and coming. He was the heralded one, a highly touted prospect. Didn't go his way in an organization. I think they see how fragile that is, and when they get that next opportunity, they're gonna take every bit of advantage of it and not leave any stone unturned, because, you know, they've been down that road before, and they see how fragile this stuff can be. And I think he's, you know, last year when we went to spring training, there was a lot of hype around other people, and not him, and he just kind of stayed the course, and I never heard anything from him about anything, and all he did was just continue to play no matter where I played him, and, you know, he ended up making an all-star team and being a big part of a very successful team last year, as he is this year. And again, you talk about, I got a lot of respect for a guy like that too, and how he shows up to play every day. And it's just the person he is, the teammate that he is in that clubhouse and on the bench, and the energy that he plays with. I don't know how his voice takes every day, you know, because, I mean, he's very vocal and he has a lot of fun playing ball. I think him and Ozzy are a really nice little team together there.
Are you looking forward to seeing how Hurston builds off of that first start?
Yeah, yep. You know, which is really good. It was really good, and they're all, you know, especially those young guys, they're talented. They got stuff, and the only thing they lack right now is experience and innings. As they compile innings, and, you know, him and Spencer both. I mean, you can see the progression with Spencer already in his limited time here, how he's making adjustments and using the coaches and everything to, you know, fit his game. Because it's really been impressive with both of those young guys, how they've handled themselves.
How impressive was it? The minor league guys told him to quit throwing that two-seamer, and all of a sudden he makes, or Spencer, and all of a sudden he makes 2 starts, and they say, hey, let's add the two-seamer. For him to do that in a span of 5 to 6 days to be as effective.
Yeah, he's a mature guy, and it's kind of like, say, it's been kind of, you know, you don't know what to expect. You get to these guys and kind of live with them a little bit and talk to them some, and how receptive he's been to things. And I think he's got a really good idea about, you know, himself, but he's going to learn how to best use his weapons at this level and this level of competition. And I think he's an adaptable guy, and he's he's going to be one of those guys you're going to look at and never going to be, you know, satisfied and able to make adjustments and sees things and understands, and, you know, and he doesn't, you know, he has the ability to slow the game down when he's out there. And I think all those attributes that he has, a lot of them intangible in that young man to allow him to be successful.
Father's Day tomorrow. You've watched a lot of the players in this room become fathers over the year. What has been the most special part of that?
Just watching, just have the maturity and the growth, and watching all those guys, as, you know, when they come here and they're young players, and that's their whole life centers around that. And I remember telling a bunch of them, it's like, you're going to love baseball so much more when it's not just about baseball. Then you can go home, and that child that's going to be there slapping you on the head and everything, not going to care if you had a bad day, and that's good. You're going to enjoy the game even more when you become a father, a husband, and I've seen it with all those guys. You know, I see their children when I go out there, and, you know, from like Arcia's little girls, the twin, they're running around on their scooters and just as cute as they can be, and all of them. I see that little mini me Austin carries around. You know, I mean, all of them, that as they grow and they're, you know, they're young adults and parents. It's really cool. It's a really cool thing, because they're all really good young men.
Does your family do anything special for you
Father's Day?
Well, they haven't told me yet. They'll probably let me go to a ball game or something after mine. That's what they'll do. You know what? They do stuff for me. Every day's Father's Day for me. With them grandkids and my children and everything, it's kind of ongoing. I'm blessed.
All right.
Okay, thank you.